believe change is inevitable. So it's never too late to make a difference as an individual. Cause we gotta do that to become better as a whole. All for one, and one for all.
Good evening, Wolfpack. How the fuck are we doing tonight? It's a lot later than I wanted to, or planned to get on and do a live tonight, or well, today. Had to really talk myself into doing this. Like, it's been a few days. Topic of tonight, a little fireside chat. But the topic of tonight is facts over feelings, and parentheses, lies versus the truth. If you caught my live or podcast this morning, I was talking about, I started doing this. I don't know where I came up with it. Not saying that I invented it. I'm not, I don't remember if, I heard it from somebody or seen it somewhere. So I apologize if this is already out there. Definitely not taking, trying to take credit off of somebody else. But, again, it's facts over feelings, lies versus the truth. And what I'm basically saying with this is the feelings that you go through, the things you think about that's in your head, is basically the lie that you tell your truth, or tell yourself. And, we all have them. We all deal with them. The whole thought in your head of being, I'm alone. Nobody cares. Nobody would understand. I'm stupid. I'm worthless. List goes on and on. Those are the feelings that I'm talking about during this live. And, you replace it with whatever your brain tells you on a constant basis. With the parentheses part, it's, it's facts over feelings, because that's how you need to beat these feelings, these thoughts in your heads. Or the thought in your head. That's how you need to beat this stuff. And it's more and less saying, okay, well, if you want to say, I'm dumb, then you need to come up with actual facts. You need to beat your feelings that you're having about yourself with facts to prove to yourself why you're not dumb, or why you're not alone, or, why you're not worthless, or, whatever you're feeling in the moment. I said, so basically, the lie versus the truth. What is the lie that your brain sits here and tells you? What is the lie that, tells you over and over again to beat yourself up on, and the negative self-talk that we always do? With that, hold on. I want to invite a couple people on to let them know that I'm on this late. Give me one quick second. Oh, come on. Try this one. Well, the two people that I wanted to really bring in here, the couple new group members, is not popping up. Let me see if I can invite her, tell her I'm doing this. Once I see my girlfriend pop on, I'm going to ask her to see if she can let the people that I'm wanting to invite in. So anyways, I said, I don't know if I seen this somewhere, nowhere. This just, or, I don't know if I seen this somewhere. I don't know if, friggin' somebody else was talking about this. I've heard, of a couple other people talking about, facts over feelings and, and all this different stuff, but I've not really seen somebody break it down like what I'm about to break down. And I did this yesterday, because I've been stuck in my head for the last couple days. Yes, Mr. Moto, Mr. Freaking in here, trying to help everybody, trying to do all this. I have been stuck in my head the last couple days. We'll kind of get into the reasoning why later on. I want to go ahead and get, what I want out, and, right away. That way you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. If you want to stick around and kind of listen, after the point and, the little tip that I'm trying to give you, if you want to stick around afterwards and listen about, what the hell's been going on the last few days, that's, given me some negative thoughts, and, I've been beating myself up, and, some suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. I don't freak out. Just because I had a few suicidal thoughts, it does not mean I'm going to, commit suicide or anything like that. I am a lot stronger than that, and especially that feeling. I have a lot more to live for than what, I tried to do 5 years ago. So, with that, I'm going to try and get into this. I got my handy dandy little notebook here. Alright. What I want you to do is, whatever thought you think you tell yourself on a constant basis, whatever it is, what I am dumb, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, fucking whatever this is. One thing I want to make sure I bring up and make sure people understand that I am, those two words are the most powerful words in existence. It is especially, to deal with yourself, because whatever comes after I am, whatever comes after those two words, whatever you say, whatever you think, becomes your reality. So if you sit here and you use I am for, negative self-talk all the time, if you sit here and say I'm dumb, I'm worthless, I'm alone, I'm this, I'm, whatever all these things, that you say after I am, then that eventually is exactly how you feel about yourself. You need to start switching it around, and it is so powerful when you start saying, I am smart, I am beautiful, I am not alone, all these different things. I'm trying to make sure I'm hoping, people understand that is a very powerful thing. And when you can switch your I am to, more positive talk, and you can do that with this. This is one of the things that, I had thought about before, but doing with this, what I'm about to bring up. But yeah, work on your I ams, your affirmations, and that's basically whatever you say about yourself. You need to turn that around and make your brain start believing, that you are smart and that you are capable of doing whatever, and all this different stuff. So I know I seem a little off tonight. I'm not my usual self. For some God unknown reason, I'm a little nervous. I don't know why. I got some anxiety built up probably because of what I've been going through the last few days. So just bear with me. You the ones that usually watch me and listen to me, I'm not, usually like this. I'm more amped, and it is nighttime, so maybe my brain is like, hey, usually when you do your motivational mornings, you're more, quiet about it, and, try not to be such a dick. But, so, this whole facts over feelings thing, yes, it's dark out, so I can only show you, like, this black line that I'm talking about, and let's see if you can see it. So this line right here is what I'm talking about, right? I don't know if I can bring that in. I can, okay. So on this side, I have the feelings. Basically what you need to do, get you a piece of paper and make a T like I did. You ain't got to have it, solid black like I did. I just, did it for instructional purposes. But make a T like I did. Up here in the margins, on this side, I believe it's the left side, you need to put down, I wrote up there, the feelings, in parentheses, lies. And then on the other side, which would be the right side, I know in the camera it's different, but on the right side, you need to put facts, or the truth. And so for mine, down here, and this is kind of going to give you a hint about the way I've been feeling here lately, is that on the feelings, the feeling / lies is that I feel like I'm not helping people. I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job. I feel like, I feel like what I'm doing is pointless. I feel like, I'm not reaching people the right way. That's always kind of been a fear of mine, to where I'm afraid that, there's going to be somebody out there that really needs some serious help that, that I'm not giving them in the right way. Maybe me not saying the things the right way, maybe, not giving them enough attention, maybe not getting to them or responding quick enough, all these, different things. That's how I'm feeling, that I'm not helping people at all. That's how I get in, some modes sometimes. So that's on the feeling side. That's the lie. That is the lie, because I'm about to beat that with facts and the truth. And I said, I had to do this the other day. I had to sit down and do this and write down, this is what I feel. I feel like I'm not helping people. I feel like I'm not doing anything. And then, so I'd come up with the column, with the facts. This is the shit I had to tell myself, and I had to, say to myself, number one, I come up with 5. I at least recommend you come up with at least 5 things for facts to help you beat this. But, if you can only come up with 3, or if you can come up with 10 or whatever it is, great on you. But I came up with 5 for this, kind of keep it short. So the facts to help me beat the feeling of not helping somebody or helping people was, number 1, I get messages and comments from people all the time. I have people, commenting on my lives, or commenting, or sending me private messages or text messages or calling me or whatever it is. I get people all the time telling me that, what I said in that live today, it really resonated with them. It helped them so much. They really needed to hear it from it. The meme I post, or the video I send, or, post or whatever with the moto video, they're like, oh, I really needed to hear that today. I get told that a lot. So that should be my main thing to sit here and say, and battle with the lie of that I'm not helping people, because I get told so much about how much, I do help people. So that's number 1 right there. The messages and comments from people saying that I really do help them. And I've helped them, grow, and I've helped them wherever. Number 2, for my fact to beat my feeling of not helping people, my number 2 thing was people watch the lives. I mean, it's almost 9:00 at night right now where I'm at. And, people are on here watching. If I wasn't helping people, and I wasn't doing, somewhat of a good job, and I wasn't, doing anything, and people thought I was full of shit, then obviously you guys wouldn't be on here watching me. You wouldn't be listening to me. That brings me to number 3. People download the podcast. And it's crazy to sit here and think that I'm not helping people, because I have people legit all over the world that download the podcast. And, it's not me being conceited. It's a fucking fact. It is. And this is what I got to tell myself. Like, I've got people, I don't know nobody in Texas. I don't know nobody in San Francisco. I don't know nobody, up in Michigan. Well, I do know a few people, in some of those areas, but not the people that are actually downloading, because I don't know who is downloading. I just know this general area. But, there's people in Australia, there's people in France, there's people in Germany, there's people in Czech Republic, there's people in China, people in the UK, I do not know nobody over there. Like, I do not know anybody over there. But yet, for some odd reason, they're coming to my podcast and listening to me, and they're coming back and, repeatedly downloading different episodes. So that right there should tell me I'm helping people in some way, somehow. And obviously doing a good enough job to where people across the world are listening to me. was something I would have never dreamed of. Like, I'd never would have understood that. Like, I kind of figured the podcast was going to come out of, you know, it would be easier for people in the group, the private Facebook group, for them to listen to instead of having to find the lives and couldn't rewind and, you know, all that. Like, that's why I originally made the podcast. So, the number 4 fact that I have written down for my feeling of not helping people is that I have watched people personally change and grow. You know, I have watched, you know, friggin' my one cousin, Susan, that I've helped for the last 3 or 4 years. I've watched her grow and change into almost a completely different person. You know, friggin', she doesn't call me, since I started helping her, she doesn't call me every fucking day like she used to, because she had this problem and that problem, and her anxiety and her depression and all these different issues was going on. So, you know, friggin', and I watch, you know, some of you in the Facebook group, you know, friggin', Stacy in the group, Becky in the group, you know, friggin', you know, I don't want to keep, you know, throwing out names there, but, you know, plenty of people I have watched and grew. I know I get onto people, you know, a lot of time, and I know I get on here and say, you know, friggin', I get so aggravated about, you know, people that's just not, you know, getting it, and it's like people that, you know, friggin' have been around or in the group for 2, 3, 4 years, and, you know, you're still stuck in the same spot. Like, you know I say that a lot, but it's trying to wake those people up. But there are people in here that I have watched and, you know, grow and change and become better because of this group, because of me, because I started this, because of the lives I do, the work I put in, you know. So we're going to go on to number 5. I don't know how long this is going to take tonight. It's, you know, we'll just see. But we're going to go on to number 5, the 5th fact that I come up with, you know, to beat my feelings of not being able to help or not helping people. People come to me for help all the time, you know, during the day, during the morning, during the evening, during lunchtime, during friggin', in the middle of the night, you know, fucking people come to me all the time for help and advice and, you know, just to listen to them and help them out of whatever situation they may be in, or help them deal with whatever they're going through. Like, people come to me all the time. You know, now whether they actually fully listen, you know, and take 100% of my advice, or fucking, you know, or do the thing that I suggest, that's on them. That's on them. But if I wasn't helping people and they, you know, they didn't, you know, think that, you know, I didn't know what I was talking about, or and they're not like, well, you know, the first thought in their head, like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know who the hell to call. Boom, I should call Chris. I should get a hold of Chris. He might know. He could help me through this. So those are 5 facts right there that I used the other day to help me beat the feeling of me not helping people. And that was, you know, the biggest thing that has probably fucked me up in the last 2 or 3 days. I'm going to go on and, you know, friggin', because this dives into a little bit deeper, because I want you to think. I don't want you just to do this, right? I don't want you to just to make this list and be like, okay, that's done. I'm not, you know, fucking, I'm cured, you know. No, it actually goes deeper. So after making that list right there that you did, you know, these are some questions and the suggestions and stuff that you need to think of, you know, to ask yourself. So one of the first question I had to ask myself, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I'm not helping people? Well, you know, I'm gonna bring out, you know, and a little bit of facts. And I'm not, you know, I'm talking about general here. I'm not talking about just one person, so nobody gets their fucking panties in a twist tonight. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. You know, friggin', if the fucking shoe fits, lace it up, Cinderella. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not talking about one person right now. I'm just talking in general. But, so, you know, I had to ask myself this question. Why do you feel like this? Why, you know, and that's what I have wrote down, but why do I feel like I'm not helping people? Well, you know, my first answer was, you know, people not showing up. People not showing up to the in-person meetings. People not showing up to the podcast. People not showing up to the YouTube channel. People not showing up to the lives, you know. People, you know, not, but most of it was, you know, people not showing up, you know, and people not showing up for their counseling sessions that I do one-on-one. Or, what I was, mental health supporting sessions, because I'm not legally allowed to call it a counseling session because I'm not a licensed therapist. So, that was a big reason of why I was feeling, the way I am. Hold on, I gotta take a drink. And I'm not trying to guilt trip nobody. I'm not trying to, say anything like this. This is just on me. This is how I'm feeling. Okay? So, no, I'm not trying to get on anybody that they couldn't make it or they couldn't, show up or whatever it is. I hope it does not fucking rain. If you see me moving real quick and I go onto the actual, covered back porch, it's lightning over here, so I don't know if it's about to rain or not. I'm on my deck. My number 2 reason of why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like people are not, or why do I feel like I'm not helping people? My number 2 reason was hurting people. Hurting people, whether it was for good or bad. Something happened the other day that I had to sit down with a really good friend of mine and talk to this person, and basically I had to hurt this person. And I didn't want to. Matter of fact, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but I didn't want to hurt this person. And it wasn't in a bad way. It wasn't. It wasn't like I was purposely trying to hurt them. It wasn't, I was trying to be mean or anything like that. I was actually hurting this person for their own good, because what I was doing was telling this person the truth. And we all know how, it feels to get told the truth. People swear up and down they want, to hear the truth. They want the truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God. But yet when you actually get the truth, you can't handle the truth, right? It's that simple, because it hurts. When you actually have an asshole like me that sits here and tells you the truth about yourself, it fucking hurts. So that was kind of the ball that got this whole emotional roller coaster that I've been on the last few days of that I feel like I'm not hurting people. Because I legit felt that either good or bad, I was still hurting people. If you've been in the group for a while, if you haven't, I'm sure you can go back in some of the things I posted. I'm an asshole. All right. I've been an asshole for most of my life, and I still wear that, that title, proudly, I'm just a nicer asshole now. Where before I used to hurt people just out of spite because I was in pain, because I was hurt, out of all these different things, because of stuff that's happened to me over the years. I used to be an asshole to tear people the fuck down. Now, I'm an asshole, but I help people grow. And my mind sat there and told me when I had to do this the other day and hurt this person that I actually cared about and tell them the truth about some things to get them to see, some different things, was good or bad, I'm still hurting people. What's the fucking difference if I hurt them a bad way like I used to, and I'm still hurting people, some people that, or somebody that I care about in a good way? It's, to me, in my mind, and I understand the difference, but in my mind, at this time, it hurt me to hurt that person. And it's funny because I've been called a narcissist in my life. I've actually been called a narcissistic, abusive asshole. But, narcissists don't feel bad for that kind of shit. That's one of the main things that, make a narcissist a narcissist. So that kind of debunks right there that I actually felt bad for having to hurt somebody that I care about, even though this was the truth. That this was something that fucking they needed to hear at this time to help them, motivate them to do whatever they wanted to do in their life. But in return, it hurt me. It fucked me up a little bit. It really did. I ain't gonna say a little bit. It fucked me up a lot of it. All right? Like, it did. It fucked me up pretty good the last couple days. And my mind's still trying to fucking, and this is basically, the thing I'm talking about, and what I had to do and when I had to talk to this person about, it could have ruined this friendship. And this was somebody, and if people know me by now, I don't care for too many people on earth. As a matter of fact, I don't even really like people. I don't. It's kind of it's ironic that I'm out here trying to help people when I don't even like people. Like, I'm a recluse. I like staying at home. Trust me, my girlfriend tries to fucking, basically beat me with a stick to try to get me the hell out the door to go do things with, in public and with people and this and that. And I don't like it. Like, I'd rather be at home. I don't want to be around people. So for me to help people is kind of ironic, right? But this is a person that I do care about. That, I have a very good friendship with, and we have a strong bond together. And it's like, so for me to have to do this to somebody that I can sit here and do, and tell somebody the truth that I don't really know, that I'm not real good friends with, that I don't have a real good relationship with. And I've done that many times, because at the end of the day, it was like, I could just, well, this person needed to hear this. It may not be what they wanted to hear, it's what they needed to hear. But it was different when it finally come to somebody that I actually cared about, that I actually, was afraid that, this conversation was going to end up losing that relationship and that friendship with. So, good or bad, friggin' hurting people. That's why, feeling like the way I am right now. Number three, why do I feel like I'm not helping people? Well, feeling like people don't change or even want to change. This has been a big thing for me. And it's something, I've said this before, but it was something that my mom once told me, and that, I can't make people change. I can, my friend told me this the other day, you can, and it happens to be the same friend that I was talking about, because, I told them what kind of mindset I was in and this and that, and they were like, look, like, they kind of talked to me a little bit, and they were like, look, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Plain and simple. I can give people all the tips and tricks and show them all how, and teach them all how I've been, changed and all this, but I can't make them do any of it. And it comes down to this, the thing that is that they have to want the change. They have to want it. But I can't make them change. But it also sucks and disheartens me a lot when I see the same people in the group, or, see the same people even in real life, in my life or whatever, knowing that they're out here making the same mistakes over and over and over again, even though when I've given them damn good advice, and even though I've helped them many times, and even though I've talked to them for hours and took my energy and time and everything out to talk to people, that they just go turn around and make the same mistakes. Well, one thing my mom once told me when I was damn near about to shut down this group, because I was just tired of it, and I was like, why in the fuck can't people just understand? Like, I just want to grab a hold of people sometimes and just shake the fuck out of them, be like, what the fuck is your problem? Why don't you get it? I'm giving you every key and every fucking thing that, I could possibly think of to help you so you could get better, and it's just like you don't want to fucking do it. Like, you just got this dumb ass look on your face and just staring at me like I'm speaking fucking Chinese or some shit to you. And my mom told me a few things, but my mom told me, she was like, Chris, how long did it take for you to change? How many times did you have to make these mistakes yourself? And, how long did it really take you to seriously, and what have you gone through that if finally you were like, I can't do this no more. I want to change. And she also told me, she was like, look, putting it in a farmer term, she was like, all you can do is plant these seeds in people's heads, whether they water it or not. And they, whether they take care of it and make that seed grow, that's on them. All you can do is give them the information, because you never know when that seed will actually grow. It could be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, to where finally they get into a situation and maybe my voice pops in their head and they're just like, oh yeah, this dude said this one time and this is what it was, and then they start getting it. So that bothers me a lot. It really does. Like, that seriously bothers me a lot, to where I feel like I'm not helping people in the right way, or I'm not doing enough, or I'm not, saying the right things, or getting back to people, as quick as I should. It's hard too, because I can't disconnect myself. Once I hang up that phone, or once I quit texting, or once that person, leaves a mental health support, friggin', whatever the hell fucking it's called. I can't even remember what the hell is, I call that I do, but basically a counseling session that we sit down one-on-one. Once they leave, I can't, I can't like disconnect. I still worry about them. I still, like, okay, well, did I do and say the right things? Or, are they going to be okay after leaving, leaving here and me telling them some hard truths and, shit like that. So it's a hard thing. It is a hard thing to deal with, in this line of work. We're going to go on number 5, because that was number 4. Number 5, not getting the results that I want. So this one is a biggie, and I know it's a biggie for a lot of people. And, when you put in the hard work and you put in, the time and the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and it's just like, fuck, like it's been, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, it's been 2 years, it's been 5 years, it's been 10 fucking years, it's, been all this time, and I'm putting in so much energy and effort into this person, or this, this business idea, or fucking, or into changing, or in whatever it is, and it's like, I'm just not getting the fucking results that I want. This is where accountability comes into place. This is where you need to take a long, hard look, like, okay, if I have been doing this for 4 or 5 years, what am I not doing? Or what am I not doing right? And I had to take a fucking hard look, instead of blaming, like, oh, well, people just aren't listening, and people aren't showing up, and people aren't doing this, and people don't want the information, or, instead of blaming somebody else, I had to look at myself and being like, I'm not getting the results I want because of me. Ain't nobody else to blame, because it's me. I don't stay consistent with this. I don't friggin', I come up with ideas and I don't follow through. I'm a damn good starter, but I'm a horrible finisher. Like, I'm a fucking, I can start shit like fucking nobody else's business and work my ass off, and I get laser focused to where I'll cut everything else off. For like the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've been doing the group thing and working on the nonprofits and setting up these in-person meetings, I have been so laser focused, I haven't really done shit around here. I still haven't finished my deck. Friggin' it's getting closer, but I haven't finished my deck. Friggin' I barely done farm work. Friggin' there's been, things that I kind of missed out on, with some of the, with some shit with the family. Like, that's how much time and effort for 2 or 3 weeks I have put into this to try to make it right. But I just said I'm a great starter. But as a finisher, how long y'all been listening to me bitch about fucking, doing this deck? For at least, probably about a fucking month now. And it's still not finished when it should be. There's no reason that it should not be finished, but it should be finished. The farm work and stuff I do, it don't take, fucking all damn day to do, some of the simple shit around here. Going and spending time with, the family and doing some shit, like, there's things that I need to look at in myself and hold myself accountable. That I'm not getting the results that I want because of me. Not because of anybody else, but because of me. Because of what I'm not doing, either correctly or I'm not doing it enough. I'm going to try and fix this camera. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay. But I'm not doing it enough. Friggin', I didn't want the camera to fall. The stand wasn't set up right. So, definitely taking accountability in all this. How far am I going? Okay, I'm at 33 minutes so far. Now. So, I'm going to beat those 3 things of why do I feel like this. I'm going to beat these. These are some more facts. For number 1, people not showing up. I have number 1 of my facts of people are battling with mental illnesses, anxiety. It keeps them from showing up. Plain and simple. Fucking, I had a PAC member in the group message me and say, like, hey, I really wanted to come. I wanted to come to this last meeting, or the first meeting. I really wanted to come. I found a babysitter, friggin' and everything. And Sunday my anxiety went so fucking through the roof that it kept me up all fucking night. And then it went even higher the next day. And, friggin' then, by the time, it was like, the meeting was about to start, the babysitter I lined up, that person flaked out on me, and I just wasn't able to come. And it was like, fucking, at least somebody wanted to come, right? Like, at least somebody wanted to come. But I was sitting here thinking, like, well, why the fuck ain't nobody showing up? I kind of forget sometimes that not everybody else is on my level with this whole mental health battle. I forget and I get frustrated because I'm like, just why, did like 10 people say they were going to come and 2 fucking showed up? What happened to these other, fucking 8 people that did not, that didn't show up? Like, I'm trying to help them. Don't they get this? Like, this could be, something that made them or break them. Like, this could have been something great for them. And, I forget that I'm dealing with people with mental illnesses. I'm dealing with, so that's a fact. So I need to reroute and redirect some shit, adapt and overcome like the fucking Marine Corps taught me to do. And, maybe I need to, not only offer the in-person, and I had, another PAC member, messaged me and was like, look, like, or commented actually, and was like, look, like, I'm an hour and a half away. I'd love to come to the in-person meeting, but I'm an hour and a half away and I can't make it. And, like, that was a valid, legit, excuse. That was like, great. Like, I understand, friggin', at least that person really wanted to come. So, and there was other people, that friggin' messaged me and just like, I just can't make it. I got something going on, blah, blah, blah. So, I definitely, need to come up with another way too. Still have the in-person meeting, but offer it on Zoom or offer it in the Facebook group or, offer it on live, so people can still participate and do whatever. For the ones that can't show up and that have their anxiety that's so bad that, friggin' that they can't show up or they have to work or they have to, or they're, so far away or whatever, they get shit out of this too. So the next one. Okay, so, back to the why do you feel like this? My number 2 was hurting people, good or bad. The fact to beat that was it still sucks, but one is good, the other is bad. Plain and simple. There's no, friggin', I might have to hurt people, in some ways by telling them the truth, but I'm trying to help them grow. Friggin', that's how the fact I've got to beat that. We're going to go on number 3. I kind of explained that more, earlier. Number 3 of why do you feel like this? Friggin' feeling like this, or feeling, number 3, why do you feel like this was feeling like people don't change or want to change. Number 3 on beating that with a fact was you're not with people 24/7. And I'm not. I don't know all of the little things I say and do and all the little things they try and this and that, friggin'. I'm not with them 24/7, so I don't know, friggin' every little change that they do try to make. That they do, they don't message me every single time like, oh, well, I did this today and I did that today and, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I got to understand that, friggin', yeah, even though, maybe they're not changing some big things, maybe some small things because of me and stuff is changing. Now, we're going to go on number 4. Number 4, and why do you feel like this? People making the same mistakes. Well, number 4, with the fact to beat that, it's their life, and they have to learn their way. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I already kind of went over that earlier, friggin' when I, talked about that. So we're going to go on to number 5. Number 5, why do you feel like this? Why do I feel like, people aren't helping me? And number 5 was not getting the results I want. So, number 5, and, on the fact to battle that feeling was you're not doing enough. How can you expect people to show up for you when you don't show up for you? Don't worry about people showing up for you. You show up for you. Do what you said and do what you said you'd do. Finish what you started. I hit this, earlier, but I'm going to hit it again and say, friggin' like exactly what I said. Don't worry about people showing up for me. Don't worry about people not showing up to the meetings. Everybody has a life. Not everybody can show up to this stuff. Not everybody watch these lives, the podcasts, all the time. I need to worry about showing up for me. You know, friggin', you know, I need to worry about showing up for me. And in the end, this is why I'm doing this. You know, I'm trying to help people, but I'm also trying to, you know, gain something by helping people. You know, it's value for value. You know, I've said it before. I want to become a speaker. I want to help people. I want to do more. You know, friggin', I want to be up on stage. You know, friggin', I want to have, you know, fucking conventions and, you know, different meetings and stuff like that. Like, I'm doing this for me too. I have my own selfish reasons. You know, I didn't start out with this. I still want to help people, and I'm still doing this to help people. But I have my own reasons. You know, so I need to show up for me too. Regardless of whether who actually shows up, I need to show up for me. You know, whether there's one person show up or friggin' 100 people that show up, I need to make sure I give that one person the same energy and the same shit that I would say and the same help that I would give if 100 people showed up. I went over, I doing what I said I'd need to do and finishing what I started. That's, you know, plain and simple of doing the whole, you know, friggin', I need to finish what I started. You know, I need to do more. Completely, I need to do more. I know I need to do more. There's ideas and there's things in my head that I've come up with that it's like, you know, oh, this would be great for the group, you know, friggin' the TikToks. I'm still trying to fucking learn how to do those damn TikToks. And, you know, and unfortunately it takes me from watching or doing a live and then friggin', you know, turning them into a podcast. You know, if I do an hour live and then, you know, after I get off on live, I try to immediately turn it into a podcast. That takes me about 20, 30 minutes because I turn it into a podcast, put it on YouTube, you know, do all these different things. And then I got to go back and rewatch the entire live to break down, you know, in like, you know, a couple minute segments for TikTok about, you know, what was a good part and you know, in the live I did. And it's a bitch. It is not as easy as what the fuck it looks like. Now, other people can get on here and fucking do something in 5 or 10 minutes. God knows I can't do that. I just, you know, I have been able to do it fucking sometimes, but, you know, friggin', I'm a talker, all right? You know, friggin', that's why I want to become a speaker. If you're good at something, why not fucking do it, right? So, but doing all of that, I know there's more things I need to do. You know, friggin', I know there's more things I need to get onto my ass about, you know, with exercising, managing my time better, holding myself accountable, you know, friggin', you know, sending out emails, you know, checking on, you know, people, making sure, you know, that the people that, you know, has requested me to send them a moto video every day, that I'm actually keeping up with that and doing that. You know, friggin', I need to finish what the fuck I start and do what I said I was going to do. You know, I'm a horrible procrastinator. I really am. You know, fucking, and I'm horrible at fucking finishing things I start. I keep looking over this deck every time I say that, you know, pretty good. I only got like maybe 5, 6 more fucking boards to do, but a lot of other stuff has been taking my attention. So, and honestly, I haven't been able, you know, I haven't felt like doing shit in the last fucking 3 or 4 days. I really haven't. Like, I've not really felt like doing fucking shit. I've done probably the bare minimum the last 3 or 4 days. So, I hope this fucking, you know, helps you. I hope this, you know, friggin', see if I got. So I come up with some other examples. There was more. I forgot I wrote on the back page. So, alright, I'm gonna continue. Hopefully this don't take me another 45 minutes, but there's some more questions. I forgot about the more questions you need to ask yourself. So, what can I do about this feeling? So all those feelings that I was telling you I have about not helping people, what can I do to help it? And I kind of went over this stuff. You know, I said, you know, so I wrote down, and it's important that you write this stuff down. Cause just like I forgot that this was on the back page, if I would have tried to keep this in my head, I would have fucking forgot all this shit. I would have forgot all of it. And so, you know, what can I do about these feelings? One, I need to start holding myself accountable. You know, I need to definitely start holding myself accountable I kind of went over all this already. Finish what I fucking start. You know, doing what I said I needed to do. Practice what I preach. Only I can fix what's wrong with, me, just like you. Only you can fix, I need to remember that with people. That, even though if I help them and give them great advice and spend all my time and energy and, fucking doing all this, only they can fix them. I can lead them to water, but I can't make them drink. And I'm not calling people a horse, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Then I got, finish what I started, and have faith. I need to have more faith in myself and in a higher power and whatever else you believe, or whatever you believe. And if you don't believe in anything, then, have some faith in yourself. I haven't gotten this far in fucking life because of nothing. I have survived things that I thought were going to fucking kill me before. There was things that have happened to me that, I never thought I would see the fucking light of day again. Or I never, in the moment and in the time, it was like, I'll never get through this one. This is the one that finally breaks me and beats me down so bad that I will never get through with this one. But here I stand. Here I am. So I need to have more faith in myself. Saying, I'm stronger than what I think. I've been in certain spots in certain places before. These thoughts in my head are fucking, some of them are the same old fucking demons still in my head, just rearing their ugly head again. So I need to remember that, just to have some faith that everything's going to work out like it should. And I'm going to figure things out. And I'm going to fucking continue to battle, this stuff. I definitely need to do more. I already went over that. I need to do more. As one more thing is, so this is what I wrote. I'm trying to read it off the little freaking tiki torch thing that I have over here. But one thing I definitely need to remember and remind myself is that everybody that is successful had to start somewhere. And when they fell or got knocked down, they got back up and hit back harder every time. That's something I need to definitely remember, because all these TikTokers, all these people on YouTube, all these influencers, all these famous people, all these speakers, all these actors, they had to start somewhere. And when they first started, of course they didn't have fucking 100,000 followers, and they didn't have fucking all these different fans, and they didn't make friggin' a lot of money and all this different stuff. My girlfriend blowing a kiss through me. Well, I'm not blowing a kiss to you guys. She was blowing a kiss through me from getting back, or through the kitchen window. She could see me. She blew a kiss through from getting the kids. So anyways, she's so cute. I love her. But I need to remember that. And even though it's been like, almost a month that I've just recently started going public and doing more, doing lives, on my public Facebook group, and, doing TikToks, and just starting a fucking, YouTube channel. Even though I've had this Facebook group, so this private Facebook support group, for like 4 years, I need to remember I've done this privately. Not a lot of people even knew in my life that I was doing this. Unless you were invited to the group, or unless, I've got a wild hair up my ass and fucking, posted it publicly, or, seen different people that, that I seen that they were going through something, and actually invited them to the group, or word of mouth. This has been private for 4 years. So of course, nobody knows what the fuck I'm doing. A lot of people friggin' don't even know that I've changed, into the person and the person that I became. Freaking, they probably think I'm just still the same old fucking asshole. So I need to remember that, this ain't gonna happen overnight. I spent 4 years in the dark, and now I'm just all of a sudden coming out in the light, and with all of this, I've still got years to come. I still got years to go because I chose to stay in the dark with this for 4 fucking long years to where at any time I could have done any of the shit. You know, I could have started a YouTube channel, but it scared the fuck out of me for some reason. You know, every time I wanted to start one, it scared the fuck out of me. You know, freaking because it was more public. You know, Tik ToK just didn't fucking interest me until I finally started getting into it and realizing what the potential it actually held. You know, instead of watching stupid ass, you know, people fucking do stupid ass dances and do fucking pranks and make fools of themselves and fucking do all this dumbass shit and, you know, limp sync fucking, you know, other people doing stuff, you know, fucking, there's a whole world out there for mental health. There's a whole world out there that does all this kind of different shit on TikTok that you just have to make TikTok work for you. So I need to remember this shit. I need to really remember that this, you know, that I just started going public on this. So, one of the things that I have on here, I need to stop playing the fucking victim. I get on to people all the time. Like, well, why me? Poor me. I'm not where I want to be. You know, fucking, you know, poor me. Oh, I'm hurting people. And poor me. I'm fucking, you know, I'm doing all this. And poor me. People's not showing up for I need to stop playing the fucking victim. How many times have you guys heard me fucking say, you know, this shit? Stop playing the fucking victim. Quit crying and whining about friggin', you know, what I'm doing and what I'm not, where I'm not at, and all this different shit of playing the victim and sitting here fucking, you know, trying to play the blame game on somebody else or fucking, you know, saying, you know, oh, well, I put in the work and I've done this, I've done all that. You know, fucking stop playing the fucking victim. Plain and simple. You know, unless this is whatever it is that you recently just happened to you, you're not a fucking victim, you're a victor. You're a victor. Freaking as Eric Thomas says it, you're a victor. And you gotta remember, you're not a fucking victim of whatever has happened to you in your life, because if you're still breathing, if you're still fucking waking up, if you're still standing, if you're still sitting here watching this, if you're still blindly scrolling around on fucking Facebook for hours, not doing anything with your fucking life, guess what? You're a survivor. You survived whatever the fuck you've been through. You're a fighter. And you're a motherfucking warrior. You wake up every day fighting the same battle that with whatever is going on in your life. You are a fucking warrior. You need to understand that this shit that is going on in your fucking life, you have a 100% survivability rate. At no point did you actually die from this shit. At no point did this shit fucking crush you so bad that fucking you don't do anything, that you died. You know, yes, I'm sure, you know, just like me, there's people out there that's tried to commit suicide, you know, fucking a few times, and hopefully has failed, like I did. That's, you know, freaking, I've told the story before, but it's a story for another time. But you definitely need to understand, you need to stop playing the victim. Plain and simple. You know, fucking, you need to turn your story into glory. You need to wake up and open your eyes and understand that you are not a fucking victim. You're not a victim, you're a victor. You're a survivor. You're a fighter. You are a motherfucking warrior that has to go to battle every day to fight with these mental health. Sorry, somebody commented. What do you have there? Yeah, I had notes, Becky. You're late to the show. You were probably busy. I'm messing with you, Becky. But yeah, I had notes about what I was originally talking about. But you need to understand that. You know, fucking once you get out of that victimhood mentality, and you start understanding, you know, friggin' that, you know, you've survived a lot of shit that you've gone through. Matter of fact, it's not a lot of shit that you've gone through. You've survived everything you've gone through in your entire life because you're still here. And that you're a fighter because you continue to fight every single fucking day of your life. Somehow, some way, you're still fucking here fighting. You're still up here doing this shit. And you're a warrior. Because what do? You go to battle every day. You go to battle waking up before your fucking feet even really hit the ground, Before you even open your eyes, you wake up with a battle going off in your inside of your head, fucking worrying about how the day is going to go, if you're going to get fired, if you're going to fucking, if your car is going to break down, if you're friggin', is your spouse going to leave you, is fucking, whatever's going on in your head, whatever fucks with you every day before you are a warrior. You fight this battle every fucking day. Understand that. Take pride in that. Fucking take pride in understanding that if this was anybody else that hadn't gone through everything that you've gone through in your fucking life and fought the battles that you have life, it'd have brought them down to their knees and it would have broke them. So you need to understand, you are stronger than what the fuck you think. It don't seem like it sometimes. It seems like, fucking you break down a lot. It seems like, you ain't getting your life together. But you need to understand, you are stronger than what you think. So, these questions and this stuff that I've rattled off, I want you to start asking yourself and sitting down and doing this. What's the lies that you tell yourself? What do you beat yourself up about? After the words that I said earlier, the most powerful statement and the two most powerful words in existence is I am. What comes after that? Whatever comes after that is your reality. Is, your existence. Is what you really think of yourself. If you sit around and say, fucking negative shit about yourself, I am a dumbass, I am worthless, I am fucking alone, I am, whatever it is, whatever comes after that is what you really think of yourself. But that can change. With doing this little tip right here, beating your feelings with facts. Lies versus the truth. If you sit here and say, I am dumb, then you need to think of reasons of why you're actually smart. I sit here and say, yes, I'm dumb in certain subjects. I don't know algebra, and I don't know fucking, big fancy college words, and I don't fucking know all this shit. But you know what? I am smart enough to go learn this shit. I just don't want to. That's the biggest thing. I am smart enough to go do my own research. I am smart enough and more than capable enough to learn things that I want to fucking learn. But if it just don't interest me, then I don't want to learn it. I don't give a fuck about algebra. I don't give a fuck about big fancy college words. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But you know what? I can rattle off a lot of probably, useless knowledge that, you would think about is this mental health stuff. Everything I talk about and everything that I fucking, try to give you guys and all these tips is stuff I've learned. Either along the way I've learned myself, I've come up with myself, or most likely I learned from somebody else. I went and researched. I sound really fucking smart on here sometimes because I'm like, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. 9 times out of 10, it's because either fucking, it's based off of my own experience, or what somebody else, fucking said on some YouTube video, or some article that I went and read and Googled and figured the shit the fuck out. If you're dumb, then you wouldn't even be smart enough to go and research that kind of shit. You need to fight these feelings and these lies with facts and the truth. And when you do that, then you start understanding more about yourself. Then you start becoming more confident with yourself. Then you stop having these emotional fucking feelings and all this different shit that comes with these mental illnesses. Because when you start beating these feelings and these lies with the truth and with facts, then your I am starts to change. The I am starts instead of saying I'm a dumbass, I'm worthless, I'm this, I'm that. I'm not dumb. I'm just not smart in that area because I don't know that area. Because I've never, studied that subject. I've never, applied myself in that area. But I am real smart when it comes to fucking farm shit. I'm real smart when it comes to fucking, chickens and ducks and pigs and bees and let's see, and medicinal plants and fucking gardening and, all different kinds of stuff to do with a fucking farm. But That don't make me dumb because I don't know fucking, certain things and big fancy college words and fucking other shit, but I can go learn those fancy college words. I just don't want to. I like cuss words. I like smaller words. I like being able to talk to somebody that fucking may not, be, or that is just like me and don't care about those big fancy fucking words. And, I want to use small words. Maybe it's because, if I use smaller words, then I fucking get to talk more. Who knows? But, there's other shit, fucking in areas that I'm smart in. And that's how you do it right there. If you call yourself dumb, then what are you actually smart in? Write it the fuck down. Just like I said, what I explained in the beginning. Facts over feelings. Lies versus the truth. What's the lie you tell yourself? If you sit here and say you're dumb, then that's a lie, because you're not fucking dumb. Because you can sit here, I guarantee you can Google shit. So a dumb person wouldn't be able to do that. I'm sure you can read. I'm sure you can fucking, go and do your own research. I'm sure you can fucking, and if you don't know how to read or you don't know how to fucking, do your own research, then learn. Figure the fuck out. Ask somebody else to fucking teach you. Ask somebody else to help you. That's how you learn. That don't make you dumb. Being dumb is just, understanding that you can't fucking, that you're refusing to learn something. Like I said, fucking big fancy college words. I guess that kind of makes me dumb, right? Because I don't want to learn big fancy college words. I ain't got no fucking interest in it. But sitting around, if you can't do certain things, then go learn how to do it. How many times have you started a new job and you didn't know how to do whatever the fuck that job, required? And then you learned how to do it. You became really good in that area. A lot of us will fucking become really good and so good at fucking, we're one of the best at that job, right? Even if it's line work and factory work and other shit, you become very good at whatever you're doing at that job, but at first you didn't know how to do it. How many other things in your life, and the same thing, you didn't know how to fucking crawl when you were first born. You didn't know how to walk. You didn't know how to run. You didn't know how to ride a bike. You didn't know how to read. You didn't know how to write. That didn't make you dumb. You just needed to learn how to do all that shit. You needed to learn how to fucking, to walk and run and crawl and fucking, fall off the bike, to friggin' learn and to do all of this stuff. And that brings up another good point. You need to understand too, just because you fail a few fucking times or many times does not mean that you're fucking dumb or that you're worthless or that you're no good or fucking that you need to quit. If any experience in life has ever fucking taught you anything, you should understand that when you were born, you did not know all of this stuff. You were taught everything. Everything. You were taught how to crawl. You were taught how to I don't know if you were necessarily taught how to crawl. You just started doing it and learning it, basically. And then normally when we try to walk as babies, usually somebody's there with, and you're holding their hand and they're trying to get us to walk, or you're watching other people walk, you're learning from that, you're seeing other people walk, and then you learn to run. But, especially with a bike, how many fucking times did you fall off of your bike when you first started learning how to ride? And eventually, you finally fucking got it. You finally got it. And now you get out there and ride a bike. How many of you know how to learn or know how to drive a car right now? You didn't fucking, you wasn't born with that knowledge. You were taught. You learned. That is beating that feeling and that lie of saying I'm dumb with facts. I'm not dumb because I know how to drive a car. I'm not dumb because I know how to read. I'm not dumb because I know how to ride a bike. I'm not dumb because I learned to walk and read and fucking, talk and do all this shit. That's beating these feelings with facts. And that's what I've been, this whole fucking thing. Start doing it. Start writing it the fuck down. Just like I showed you, and I'll show you again. Make a little thing, black fucking solid line like that. On this side is the feeling, and then over here is the facts you write down. You want to beat these feelings with the facts. Fucking it. I know it sounds fucking too easy to be true. But I'm telling you, when I did that, because it's so simple to sit down and do this. And I've had this thought and this idea in my head for probably the last week or two. I've been wanting to do this. But until I finally had a situation put me into a mental state for the last 3 or 4 days that it fucked me up so bad that friggin' yesterday that I was finally like, I've got to do something. I got to do something. So I sat down and started that. And it really helped. Writing it down in a little fucking notebook. Writing it down. That's just what you need to do. Try it. You know, and I've actually got like 3 or 4 fucking different pages in here that I come up with examples that I'm not going to give tonight because I'm already going at an hour and 5 minutes. But you know what? Fuck it. You know, if people was on here watching, we'll go for a little bit longer. You know, okay, so this is just an example. Not saying that you doing this, not saying if I even feel like this. But so facts over feelings, lies versus the truth. This side is the feelings, right? Feeling alone, like nobody understands you, and like I have nobody. To beat that on the right side of that T, whatever the fuck you want to call it, on the right side is the facts. So that was the feelings that I just named off. The facts or the truth. I came up with 4 of them this time. You come up with as many as you want. Don't come up with just 1 or 2. If you really fucking think about it, like I just rattled off all that shit about how if you sit here and say I am dumb, you know, fucking I just rattled off, you know, fucking I'm not dumb because I can read. You know, friggin', you know, I can ride a bike, I can learn to drive a car, I fucking, you know, whatever. Don't just come up with just a couple. You know, you need to fucking, you know, come up with a few. I suggest at least 5. Matter of fact, I did come up with 5. So, my bad. But, you know, at least 4 or 5. At least. If you can't, if you're having, you know, a hard time, that's something, you know, friggin' I didn't even think about adding. If you're having a hard time coming up with, you know, a reason where you say, like, if you really seriously think you're fucking dumb, because I watched somebody do this the other day when I was, you know, talking with them, having a one-on-one session, and I asked them a question, and it was, what was it? They rattled off for 45 fucking minutes. I listened to them for 45 minutes about all this shit that is going wrong in their life, how they're a fuck up, and all this different shit, right? 45 minutes, non-stop fucking talking. After 45 minutes, and I gave them 45 minutes, but after 45 minutes, I said, okay, now come up with something, you know, I want you to come up with 45 minutes of telling me what's good about you. This person sat there and struggled for like 5 fucking minutes. Struggled. You know, what's good going on in your life? You know, I tried wording it in different ways. Like, just give me something here. 5 fucking minutes they struggled. Could have come up with 1. Not 1 fucking thing. For 45 minutes, they sat there and just rattled off all the bad things going on in their life. And could have come up with 1. In 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, let me help you out here a little bit. So if you need help, if you need to get a hold of somebody, maybe text your friends. You know, call your friends, your family. You know, ask your spouse. Even your fucking kids. Whoever it is you need to get a hold of. Your coworkers. You know, fucking your boss. Whoever it is you need to get a hold of and be like, look. You ain't got to go into detail, but say, look, I'm feeling kind of dumb right now. Can you give me some reasons, you know, fucking that I'm not dumb? You know, fucking, can you, you know, I'm feeling worthless right now. Can you give me some reasons why, you know, in your opinion, why I'm not? Let somebody else give you these. Let somebody else see you how, because sometimes we can't, most of the time, not even sometimes, most of the times we can't see ourselves the way other people see us. So I'm glad I thought about that and, you know, wanted to add that in. Get, you know, help. You know, fucking, you know, go out there and ask somebody else if you're having a hard time even thinking of some of these things. But anyways, so the facts to beat, you know, feeling alone, nobody understands, I have nobody. You know, I had 3 feelings there in case, you know, it was an example for somebody that, you know, friggin' didn't know what was going on. And one of the things you need to understand too is when you're learning something at first, when you're learning something new and you're trying something new and trying to do something, you know, you need to understand that of course you're going to be bad at it at first. Of course you're going to fucking fail. Unless you're fucking, super talented in a fucking area or something like that, everybody fails their first time of doing shit. And, over and over sometimes. They say fucking, what was it, Thomas Edison that invented the light bulb? He had to come up with like 1,000 fucking different ways of how to not make a fucking light bulb. He failed like 1,000 fucking times, I think it was, to finally come up with the invention of the fucking light bulb. If at any time he would have quit, at any time he would have been like, I'm fucking done, I'm not doing this no more, I failed 1,000 fucking times. My number may be off, I can't really remember fucking what it is, but you get the gist. I know it was up there, I know fucking it was a lot, and it may be 1,000, I can't really remember. But at any point, if he would have fucking got that to 995 and said, you know what, this is a dumb idea, I've failed 995 fucking times, this is never going to fucking happen, friggin', this just can't be done. Or it can't be done by me. If he would have quit right then and then, we may have never had the fucking light bulb, or somebody else would have invented it, and it may have took fucking years, but he kept going until he finally got it fucking right. You need to understand that. When you fucking first try to learn something, of course you're not going to be good at it because you've never done it before. You've never sat there and been like, oh yeah, I know algebra because I've done it, it's just popped in my head and it's that fucking easy. Maybe it is to you. If you've never done something before, you can't expect to be the best at it. You have to work to get there. You have to, fucking practice it. You have to fucking continuously do it. You can't just do it one or two times like, that don't work. So, we're going to go on. All right, we're going to go on. I know I kind of squirrel a little bit, but it all goes into this. It all ties in. So, facts over fucking feelings, right? The feelings are feeling alone. Nobody understands me. I have nobody. The facts are, to beat those feelings, number one, I have a spouse, family, friends, kids, co-workers that value me and love me and that are there for me and that, enjoy my company. If this is one of the things for you and you need to come up with this list, name them. Name these people by name. Write them down on the piece of paper and saying, so-and-so friggin', is here for me. So-and-so checked up on me today. So-and-so, told me they loved me the other day. So-and-so, I hadn't seen them in 5 or 6 months and I happened to walk in, into them at a fucking store on the street and they were so excited to see me and say how much they missed me and this and that. So number 2, think of a situation that somebody was happy to see you or that was happy you were around. When's the last time this happened? Hi, babe. I appreciate you getting on here and watching. I wanted you to, I invited you to watch this, and I know you're I see you, Jaden. You better watch yourself, Jaden. I see you. All right? You're sitting in there at that kitchen window laughing at me. I'll come in there and fuck you up. I will. Yeah, keep waving. I tagged you in this, babe, because I wanted you to invite your sister to come in and watch it, but you were busy taking care of the kids. But anyways, thank you for getting on. See, that right there, fucking my girlfriend wholeheartedly supports me doing this. Freaking, she watches the live. Matter of fact, this morning, because I wouldn't talk to her and I wouldn't tell her what was going on in my head and everything that's been going on, freaking for the last few days, because I've been trying to work on this, because she's been so excited about doing what she's doing and building a little business and stuff that she wants to, and finding out all this information. I didn't want to put my shit on her. She's doing something great. I did not want to put my shit on her. And at the end of the day, before anybody says anything, exactly what I told her, because she knew something was wrong, I told her flat out, it's a me problem, not a you problem. It's something only I can fix. It's something only I can work on. Friggin', I don't want to put none of this on you because it's not a you problem. It's something I have to fix and I have to do. So, but she is amazing. She is a great spouse. She's one of the real reasons why I don't feel alone and that like nobody cares and I don't have nobody. So going on. where was I? Number 2, right? Was happy to see you, or that was, think of a situation that somebody was happy to see you, or that was happy you were around. When's the last time that somebody's, been genuinely happy just to hear your voice, or to get a text message from you, or, or to send you a message and it's like, hey, I was thinking about you today, or hey, you remember that one time we were doing this and it was so funny and it was so badass and this and that? Remember that, friggin', what was that situation? That should make sure you understand, make you fight that feeling with the facts that you're not alone, that there are people out there that care about you, that there are people out there that love you. Number 3, who has been there for you when you needed them? You can't sit here and tell me nobody. You cannot sit here and tell me nobody. You can rattle off, maybe you don't talk to these people anymore, maybe you don't have nothing to do with some people, maybe you fell off, maybe it's not on bad times, you just grew apart, whatever it is. But you can't tell me that there's nobody. There's nobody, because you have a whole fucking pack in here. You have like 130 members that, if you fucking messaged any one of them, I could guarantee you, if you messaged anyone in this fucking group, that they'd get back with you and they would be there for you. That they would help you, that they would, help you understand that you're not alone. And, friggin', I better be fucking one of them. I better not be on here wasting my time fucking, for you to not understand that you could message me day or fucking night, like I've said so many other times. And there's so many other people in this group that have said this exact same thing, that if you needed somebody and you were having these feelings, then we're here. So that's not a fucking excuse. Don't let that dare be an excuse that, well, no, there is nobody there for me, because bull fucking shit. Freaking, we're here. We're a pack. The number 4, who could you call right now to talk to? I think I just said a lot. Fucking you, this whole pack member. I know you have family. I know you have friends. I know there's somebody out there. Don't let your brain sit there and fucking make you, or don't let your brain sit there and tell you that you don't have nobody, that there's nobody you could reach out to, because our brains do that. They fuck us up that bad. Don't let it sit there and do that shit, because you can. There are people out there that, fucking you just don't want to reach out to those certain people. You don't want to talk to those certain people because of what your brain's telling you. Fight it. Number 5. Find something online to show you that other people are out there that have been through what you have been through. Technology is such a beautiful thing. You have all these social medias, and other apps out here, TikTok, YouTube, fucking Facebook, Twitter, friggin', all these different things, that all you have to do is get on there and start paying attention. Start looking at some different memes. YouTube and, fucking anxiety. YouTube and fucking support groups. This group. This group, I'm proud to say that this group is one of the smallest mental health groups on Facebook, with only 122 members. And we are one of the most active groups out there. Like, we actually post more when we're active, when I'm active and when other people are active. We post more, and they do like a 28-day cycle. If you go and look, there's a You're Not Alone group out there that's like got 1,000 fucking members. And when I go and look, they'll maybe post in 28 days, they'll maybe post like 7 things a week. Fucking that's basically what it averages out to. We fucking post, like, I went and looked today, because I was approving a group member that was invited. I just happened to scroll across it, and it said, like, we post like 3 within what was it, like a 28-day average. It was like 350 fucking posts within 28 days. That blows fucking even a group that has 1,000 members in there. So that's one of the things you could use to go online and fucking look. You ain't got to comment. You ain't got to fucking, get on here and tell your story. You ain't got to fucking do any of that. But you get on here and look, and you can see right here in this group that there are plenty of people out here that, you know, fucking can show you that they've gone through the same shit, and they go through the same shit daily. You know, fucking, that, you know, with the memes that they post, and you know, inspirational quotes, and the fucking, you know, moto videos, and all this different stuff. Go fucking Google search something about anxiety and watch, you know, fucking articles pop up, you know, about how you can beat it and how you can do this. And that shit wouldn't be there if there wasn't plenty of other people that's gone through the same shit you do all the fucking time. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this is one I come up for, an example I come up with myself, right? And remember, like, I'm not going through the questions that I said you need to ask yourself in the beginning. I'm just, you know, using this for examples. But, you know, one of the feelings that I've had, the lie, is I'm not a speaker. You know, I'll never be good, and, you know, about what I'm doing. You know, the facts. I'm not a speaker, but yet, you know, the number one thing is I talk to people all the time. I talk on lives, I talk on fucking, you know, group sessions, I talk, you know, freaking, in meetings, I, you know, fucking, talk to, you know, people one-on-one, you know, I talk. That's what the fuck a speaker does. They talk about the shit that they're, you know, interested in, and they're an expert in. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but, you know, freaking, you know, all this different shit. You know, the second fact, I love to talk, obviously. I'm out here, I know it's like fucking probably 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. It's, I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes so far. Obviously, I love to talk. Friggin', to become a speaker, or to be a speaker, you got to love to talk, because that's their job. They have to want to fucking talk all the time. Number 3, I do lives, and I have a podcast. Like, that in itself makes me a speaker. Yeah, I'm not getting paid for it. Yeah, I'm not fucking, you know, I don't have the fame and shit of what other speakers do and all that, but me having a podcast and fucking doing these lives, that makes me a speaker. Beating feelings with facts. I've spoken in front of people. I have spoken in front of people, you know, friggin', at different meetings, you know, and not just talking about the meetings that I've had recently. I've had in-person meetings before where like 4 or 5, 10 people has showed up. 10 is pushing it. We're going to say like 4 or 5. All right. Like, we're going to say like 4 or 5, cause I don't remember how many people, but I've had, you know, fucking, lives where I've had 10, 15 people on here. We used to do group sessions where we, you know, friggin', you know, 10, 20 people would be on here watching. That's still speaking. You know, friggin', just because I'm not up on a stage, you know, fucking, I'm in front of a camera, that's still speaking. I'm out here trying, and I'm getting better. You know, friggin', I just said I'm not an expert, but I'm out here trying every fucking day to get better, and I'm learning, and I'm researching, and friggin', you know, I'm coming up with different ideas, and I'm doing all this stuff. You know, friggin', that's what I said in the beginning. You know, fucking learning all this and doing all this, it takes time. It just isn't going to be one and done. This ain't a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of fucking thing. This isn't, you know, this takes time. You got to fucking, you know, you got to keep doing it over and over and over again. Just like riding a bike. Like, pretty sure there's, you know, a few adults out here that haven't rode a bike in so long that if you got out there and tried, you know, doing it again, you're going to fall down a couple fucking times. Fuck, I've been on a few bikes, and even though I've rode that, I've still fell fucking down. You know, friggin' it happens. But you get up and you keep trying, right? So, alright, I've been on here for at least, I said an hour, about almost an hour and a half right now. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go in here, and I think my lovely, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous woman, she was supposed to get me McDonald's on her way home. I really hope she didn't forget, because I'm hungry. I haven't ate in a lot today, so it had to do with my mood. I'll probably get on here tomorrow. I'm saying probably, because I do want to go in more depth about the way I've been feeling the last few days. I do want to get in depth, and, you know, friggin', like, you know, because I always told you guys I would get on here and show you the good and the bad. You know, friggin', and she commented, said she forgot. I know she didn't forget. She better not have forgot. I'd hate for you to have to cook me a full course meal tonight, babe, and we'd be up even later because you forgot to go give me my McDonald's, my love. But I've always said I wanted to get on here and show you the good and the bad. You know, the last 3 days, probably maybe 4 days, I've been in a pretty bad headspace. I've, you know, been disheartened some. I've been going through shit, but I've still been trying to get on here and do this. Yeah, I know, like, Monday and Tuesday, I don't think I did a whole live. You know, forgive me. I go through shit too. I still battle these mental illnesses every day, just like y'all do. Even though, you know, friggin' I'm a lot, you know, further advanced in my battle, in my war, I still have my problems. You know, I'm, like I've always said, I'm not 100% cured. I'm, you know, friggin' I may be 75%, you know, fucking better than what I used to be, but there's still that 25% I still gotta battle with. And these last 3-4 days, you know, have been a bitch. They really have. I've been in my head pretty fucking good. So I want to get on here and explain more what I've been going through to let you guys know, and hopefully it helps you understand and it shows you guys some of my flaws and still some of the shit I deal with and battle with. So, and I'm sure the girlfriend will really appreciate that because, like I said, she watched my live this morning to even try to investigate of what was wrong with me, because I wasn't even telling her. Like, I was keeping this to myself. I was battling this with myself. And it was my choice. Not that she wasn't, you know, trying to, you know, try to get it out of me or whatever. It's like I told her, you know, I said earlier, it's a me problem. Only I can fix this. You know, freaking, it wasn't, you know, I wasn't trying to do no pride thing or whatever. It was like, it doesn't matter what anybody would have told me or said or anything like this, is because I already knew what the problem was and I knew what the solution was. You know, friggin', so it's a me problem. Somebody could have said all these different kind of stuff, but I knew everything that was running my head. I was coming up with solutions for it and everything. It was just things were going on. So, I appreciate y'all's patience. I hope this, like, this is one of the things right here. The feelings over, facts over feelings. I'm sorry. Facts over feelings. Lies versus the truth. I really hope like this, is going to help somebody out there. There's other ideas and other things that I've come up with in the past I've never really thought about doing. I need to start implementing this more. All these, you know, tips and tricks, and I realize, you know, we get new group members in here and people that deal with, you know, certain stuff. I need to start, you know, maybe once or twice a week, you know, friggin' going back to the basics. You know, going back to, you know, hey, you know, friggin', these are some tips and tricks that, you know, solutions. You know, I don't think I'm ever really clear enough, you know, to when I do these lives of like, hey, this is one of the solutions you can come up with for your problem, or this is something you can try, or this is something you can do. Like, sometimes I think I just get on here and well, a lot of the times I get on here and I just fucking talk. I don't really talk about, you know, full-fledged solutions. So that's another thing I want to start changing. But it all takes time. It all takes time. All right, everybody, I'm going to get off here. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope you all are doing great. If you're not, reach the fuck out. Try this little tip that I gave you tonight. Always remember 2 things, y'all. You're stronger than what you think, and you're not alone. Peace. So, I wanted to let you guys know, we do have a TikTok now. Not very many videos in that one. I'm still learning TikTok. We also have a YouTube channel. We would love to have you in the private Facebook support group. If you wanted to come join us, just go into the description. I don't know if people know this or not, but go into the description and follow all the links that are in the description so you can find us on other channels. But I want to start asking people to say, hey, if you can, please go support me on Patreon. The link is in the description also. And I'm not asking for much. You know, if I've, you know, resonated with you, if I've helped you in any way, if you enjoy listening to this content, you know, if you appreciate all the time and energy and everything that I put into this, please, you know, go support me on Patreon. You know, the subscriptions ain't much. You know, $5, $10, $15, $20. That's each, one, and it's per month, per month. If not, if you can't afford that, I totally understand with these times right now. I really do. If you can't afford that, I truly understand. But another way you can help support me is just by sending me some questions, sending me some suggestions, sending me some comments, whatever. Email me at yanaswolfpack@gmail.com, which that's in the description too. So, you can find all of this info wherever else we are in the description. But just shoot me a message and say, hey, in this one episode, you really helped me. Hey, and in this one episode, it really resonated with me. Or, hey, I got a question, or whatever it is. Give me some feedback, please. I want to make these shows about you and what you're going through and to help you. I can only talk about the stuff I go through and the stuff I've been through for so long. I'm trying to make the podcast and stuff better. I'm trying to, learn more different things. But, unfortunately, that takes time, takes money. I'm paying for editing videos. I'm going out here and putting, friggin' shoes on the ground. Takes time to do, these interviews that I'm about to start coming up with, hopefully within the next month. It just takes time. I put a lot of time, a lot of energy in this. I just appreciate it. If you went and, signed up for Patreon, whatever subscription you want, let me sit down with you, try to figure out some ways we can help you one-on-one personally. Some video chats, some phone calls, whatever it may be that you sign up for. So with that, again, I hope you all have a great and amazing day. I hope life brings you whatever you want. And remember, make the rest of your life the best of your life. Always remember two things. You're stronger than what you think, and you're not alone. Peace.
When I was just a young buck, mama always told me, son, keep your head up. I started hustling in the street cause I was fed up. At the age of 13, just trying to get my bread up. Didn't know my father, he was murdered in cold blood. That's why I have no remorse and never show no love. Hoping I piss you off, I really give two fucks. Burning my old bridges, trying to find me a new plug. And knowing that I needed to change, always taking from people who probably needed the same. But I was deep in the game and running deep with my gang. And if our pockets was low, then we was peeping your chain. Boy, gotta come up somehow. Instead of running these streets from sun up to sundown, I gotta change my mindset. It ain't no wondering why now that it wasn't my time yet. And why we gotta learn the hard way, doing things that we know we ain't supposed to. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep the devil on my back to get to where I'm going to. I can never get enough of that tough love. When push comes to shove, you can kick me while I'm down, but I'm gonna get back up. Never get enough of that tough love. When push comes to shove, you can kick me while I'm down, but I'm gonna get back up. Ha! What did you do? This is what I did. Yeah, I followed through with the plans. Washing my hands, I'm through with chasing these bands. Found hope, put down dope, becoming a man. Picking up the number 2 and letting go of the grams. I never thought that I could make it this far, to eating caviar from stealing stereos from your car. You'd be a fool not to change and try and better yourself. Better quit while you ahead, don't get ahead of yourself. And in truth, you'll find peace and find me blowing on pine trees, trying to fill up a dime piece. No more popping my 9-piece or stopping the grind streets. Don't take life for granted, cause boy, you know your time's least. And life is what you make it. Better take the music that you dance to and face it. So next time a hater says you can't make it, let that be your motivation to show them that you was destined for greatness. And why we gotta learn the hard way, doing things that we know we ain't supposed to. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep the devil on my back to get to where I'm going to. I can never get enough of that tough love. When push comes to shove, you can kick me while I'm down, but I'm gonna get back up. Never get enough of that tough love. When push comes to shove, you can kick me while I'm down, but I'm gonna get back up. You see, change is inevitable, so it's never too late to make a difference as an individual. Cause we gotta do that to become better as a whole. All for one, and one for all. Now we gotta learn the hard way, doing things that we know we ain't supposed to. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep the devil on my back to get to where I'm going to. I can never get enough